Hello everyone, David here. This is a little bit of a different video. I'm actually recording using my phone, and it's because I'm doing a bit of an experiment today. What's happened is I've got my Mega Drive back, which my mum has been kindly storing for the last 25 to 30 years. And I wanted my childhood collection of games kind of restored and working on my TV. So I've had to do a number of things to get this to work. Basically, I had to get the Mega Drive back, and it needed a little bit of a clean because it wasn't reading cartridges, but a tiny bit of isopropyl alcohol in the cartridge slot sorted that out right away, then it read everything. And then I had to go and get all of my childhood games back because I'd rather foolishly sold them when I was 15, and apart from a couple, I still had Sonic 1 and Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck World of Illusion and Echo the Dolphin. So I wanted to get back Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Streets of Rage 1 and 3. I still had 2, fortunately, which is like the best game on the system, and Sonic and Knuckles. And so I went on eBay and got them, and so now I've got all my childhood games back and my childhood Mega Drive, and I wanted to talk a bit about how I've got it running on the TV. And the first thing I did was I went to retrogamingcables.co.uk, and they sell this thing which is called the Rad 2X, and it basically is a kind of Mega Drive port on one side and mini HDMI on the other side. Not big size HDMI, but the mini one, and not micro either. So you will need an adapter for that. And also I have a Mega Drive 1, and this is a Mega Drive 2 cable, so you will need a 1 to 2 converter as well. Yeah, there you go. And then we have a working Mega Drive 1 to mini HDMI converter, and then with a little adapter like this, which is HDMI on one side and mini HDMI on the other. You can plug that together, and we have Mega Drive to HDMI. So that's great. I've got it working on the TV, and it looks fantastic, like really high quality and low latency. So that's all working fine. I also wanted to talk about how I'm playing some of the games. I'm not actually using the cartridges a lot of the time. What I did instead was I bought a Mega EverDrive Pro from Crix. This lets you store ROMs on an SD card, which you plug in there at the top. And then it gives you kind of a menu of games, and you can sort through them and play them that way. And you know, it supports saving and even supports save states. So even if you're not at a save point in the game, or you know, a password point, you can just save the state of the game and restore instantly back there, which is really useful. So this was about £250, and it's really a very handy device indeed, and I just leave this plugged into the Mega Drive all the time because this is all I need to play games now. And it lets you play Sega CD games, or Mega CD as we called it as well. So I've really been enjoying playing Snatcher on original hardware. So that's great, that's the Mega EverDrive Pro. One thing I did though was I discovered that the Sonic 3 cartridge replacement that I bought did not support save games. So what I'm going to do today, and the main purpose of this video, is to take this cartridge apart and replace what I think is the faulty FRAM module on the cartridge. Now, Sonic 3 was kind of a revolutionary game because it supported save games, and I actually thought it had a battery in there that might have worn out, but I discovered that it doesn't use battery. It uses kind of an early form of RAM, similar to how SD cards work, but the chip sometimes breaks down. So what I've done is I've ordered a replacement FRAM chip, which you can see in there, hopefully. I got that off eBay, came all the way from China. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cartridge apart and replace the FRAM chip and put it back in, and then hopefully saving will work again. I've never taken a Mega Drive cartridge apart before. This is my first time, so also I'm going to have to do some soldering to get the chip on and off, and I don't do much soldering, so this is going to be a big adventure, and you're going to take it with me. Let's go. Okay, so first of all, the screws on a Mega Drive cartridge are not standard at all. you actually need something called a game bit. So I ordered these 2 game bits as well, which are kind of the 2 most common sizes. And I think one of these is going to fit in the cartridge. Let's have a little experiment. Yeah, so it's not the small one. It's the bigger one. Okay, so the good thing is that most screwdrivers have kind of a standard size hex connection on that side, and I think the trusty Linus Tech Tip screwdriver will support that. Oh, it does. Oh, that's satisfying. So now I should be able to take this cartridge apart. First of all, let's just do a double check that the cartridge is indeed faulty and isn't making saves. I did test it when I first got it, but let's just do another test now, just to be sure. Okay, so let's plug in this monster cable to the back of my Mega Drive. Make sure we get it the right way around. There we go, and then hook it up to the HDMI on the other side. And let's just check that it both boots and doesn't save. Hey! Okay. Still nothing. So let's take this cartridge apart and replace the chip. So I really can't emphasize this enough. I don't do much soldering at all. I've just seen a few Stes Sticks Fix videos and think I know what I'm doing now. Also, I'm hoping that technology in the 90s was sufficiently bigger that even an amateur like me can unsolder a chip and solder on a new one if everything else is exactly the same. I'm also pretty sure it's the FRAM because that is a kind of common cause of failure. I guess we'll find out one way or another. Okay, you've got to have a little damp bit of sponge so you can cool down the soldering iron. Right, let's turn it on. So the soldering iron will now be getting hot. Got my solder, got some tweezers. Okay, let's open this up. Okay, that magnets out very nicely. Okay. The 2 screws removed. So that opens up very easily. I can see the back of the cartridge, but I think all the interesting stuff will probably be on the front. Yeah, looks like this is the chip I need to replace. Where did my new one go with this one? I think it looks the same. Right, I think we want a cloth or something to put it on. Well, I guess I want to use some soldering wick and desolder it on the other side. Right, is this chip moving at all? No. Oh. Okay, there we go. We got the old defective chip off. And let's get this new guy on. Okay, wow, that was way harder than it needed to be. Just had to give the pins a bit of a push to get them through there. Okay, now we can start resoldering everything. Well, it's probably not the cleanest soldering job in the world, but I think it has got the job done. Yeah. As you can see, things got so serious, I needed my reading glasses. Okay, let's boot this guy up. I don't think I'll bother with the screws yet until we've given it a test. Nothing. Okay, let's have another look at the board. So, I mean, it could be that the chip is just faulty. There's also a couple of these solder joints that aren't quite as good as the others, so I'll just see if I can tidy them up a bit. Apart from that, I don't know. I hope I haven't broken something else while I was fiddling with it. Hey! Okay, it was just a loose solder joint. So, it's booting now. I'm going to screw the cartridge back together, and then we'll check the save function. Okay, let's see if this works now. Okay, let's try restarting. Hey, and it works! There's my save game. Ah, well, I have to say, I'm pretty happy about that. So there you go, that was a quite different to usual bit of content for my channel. I don't think I'm going to be doing a lot more soldering videos in the future, but I think it's really cool, you know, to repair stuff rather than just replacing it. I think I probably got a bit lucky with this chip, partly because the chip and the circuit board was big enough for me to work on it, and also I kind of just got lucky, you know, not making more mistakes along the way. You know, feel free to critique my soldering technique in the comments down below, and leave me a like for the video. And you can also help me out by subscribing to my channel. Okay, see you next time.